All right, so we're loading up another game here. We have 3 out of the 4 players. Now we have 3 out of 4 again, and there's 4 out of 4. All right, so I think we're ready to go. And yep, just say hi all, good luck, have fun. And we're first to select on this board, so without further ado, I mean, I think the 10-8-4 makes a lot of sense. The 9 is the best ore, but in saying that, there's not really a great spot around it. So, with that being said, is there anything else worth considering? 5, 9, 10 to go in there. But yeah, getting that wheat is going to be pretty important. So we'll go with something like this, and then what does that mean? Good luck, have fun. Yeah, so I try to keep it really friendly in the in-game chat. Every once in a while you will get somebody or some sort of interaction that gets a bit toxic, but I personally try to keep it nice and friendly. At any rate, I am just doing some trial games here, just testing the system, testing the sound, how everything looks. So this is not being streamed live, but in the future, if you do want to check out the live stream, you can join us on twitch.tv, TryNiceGames, and I may upload this to YouTube, I may not. We'll sort of see how we go. If we have some interesting games, I might upload a few of those. Yeah, that's kind of logical going for the 9 ore. 5, 9, 10. So he's going to try to get the lumber port here. So red is definitely going to be competing with us for that. My assumption is that he's probably going to be better positioned to take that away from us. So he has no wheat though, which is interesting. That is really interesting. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be left with an 8-3-4, which would be pretty decent. I mean, there's an argument to be made to try and kind of go aggressively onto like the 2, 9, 10, and then sort of allow red to grab that, but then try to get down here and at least get the 3-1 port. So playing a full-on ore wheat cheap game. I don't completely hate that idea. Getting a quick city on the 10-8-4 and then kind of dev carding it up. I mean, we do have the 8-3-4, which is somewhat unexpected. In my mind, I was sort of enjoying the concept of going for the 9-10-2 here. But now that the 8-3-4 is available, I'm just gonna give it half a second to consider. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not do it. So we do this, we start with a road, we just immediately go up. I mean, he's not going to have... Yeah, I mean, let's do this. I think it's the most appropriate idea. And that allows us to potentially take the lumber port away there from the red player. So on we go. Nice. I'm really happy that we didn't get blocked there. Just in the early game, for us to be able to sort of have our resources theoretically available at least is pretty critical. So that's a nice roll. And now we're going to be looking for lumber kind of desperately. And I don't mind basically giving everything that I have for it just to get quickly. I'll give him a wheat for lumber. Let's see what he says. I mean, I'm not going to give it to you for not going to give it to you for something that I'm not really in need of. So he does give it to us, which is great. So he's going to want to get a development card. That's good. So this is really good for us. Like, you know, his sort of desperation led him to basically give us the settlement, and now we're doubled on the 10, which is fantastic. We have two really nice kind of spots. We have all resources available. We're going to be a bit weak on lumber, but you know, you can't have it all, right? But that being said, I mean, this is a pretty decent setup, and I'm you know, not feeling too bad about it. The one thing to be said here about the blue player is that he's going to be lacking wheat. So even though he landed on this spot, he's sort of in trouble. I mean, I think we have to go here. It just makes the most sense. And then we just hit the blue player, kind of, you know, vengeance. So I think we're just gonna hold, and then if a 10 rolls, we have a city in hand. So that would be lovely, but we'll have to wait and see. There we go. That's pretty amazing. Damn. I mean, I think I'm going to get robbed, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Oh well. It was looking too good to be true there for a second. Something had to happen to ruin it for us. Yep, robbing us. Yep. So I think Red just decided not to be cruel. Like, he doesn't want to make enemies kind of thing. Not robbing us. And I mean, kind of robbing the white player, I would say, is a bit strange. Like, you kind of want to rob the two people that are in the lead, in theory. Unless he sort of thought that he could get something specific, but yeah. It would have been so nice to have that city right now, but oh well. See how the game unfolds here. Yep, that's not bad. I mean, one lumber would be really good for us just to be able to, you know, lock that spot up for ourselves. So lumber is coming out. I'll try clay for lumber. Red might be interested because he doesn't have the clay. I'll do clay for... Yeah, I'll do that actually. Sorry, what am I thinking? So he's giving us a city here. Nice. I'll try to do a clay for lumber, just in case there's that possibility that somebody might be interested in making that trade as well. Great, so we get to do two things in one turn, which is kind of guarantee that we get on that spot, but obviously, more critically, dropping a city, which is extremely valuable for us. So again, I'm not at all worried about you know, not being able to develop up here. I mean, if I was able to continue on to grab the you know, the extra settlement on the 8. Yeah, so we have the settlement in hand now as well, which gives us the 3-1 port. I mean, I will try to make a trade for the lumber if I can, but it's not critical, if that makes sense. So, you know, like wheat, sheep for lumber. I mean, I think that's a fair trade for somebody who might be interested. And if they're not, I mean, again, we'll just burn. Settle. Yeah, and we'll just have to move on, unfortunately. But, I mean, I would have liked to get a development card as well. That was sort of the desire there, at least. So I think he's probably going to block the 10 or... Oh, wow. I mean, it's kind of amazing that he's not blocking me. I mean, we have 5, 3, 2, 2, so we've definitely taken the early lead, you know, at least victory point-wise. I definitely think we need to get onto the dev cards here, just to raise our defenses. We're not doing wheat for wool. You know, if we happen to roll the ore, I'd probably take the city, but I mean, if we could do 1-1 there, which isn't bad either. I mean, I think the dev cards are the way to go, though. So red, yeah, he's even though he had the 2 dev cards, he's going for another dev card. So he's really going after them, which is kind of interesting. Wow. Yeah, I think we have to do this. That's pretty good. Do we do one more? Maybe we do this. I mean, it's kind of bizarre, but I do feel like the fact that the first dev card that we got is not a knight, it might be a little bit hard for us to chase the army. But building that settlement, that gets us to 6, And with the mono, we should be able to just steal a ton of cards at some point. Hopefully on our turn, there's going to be a good opportunity to just, you know, go for max kind of the max number of cards. So right now, a lot of clay is out and a lot of wheat is out. Based on the question marks, you kind of know how thick the the deck of cards is in theory. So it's kind of like a guesstimate. I don't remember the exact numbers. I think it's something like, once it's like 14, it goes to 2 question marks. Once it's 8, it goes to 1 question. Something like that. There's some sort of specific number that, so there's like a range basically. So 14 to 19 is 3 question marks, you know, 13 to 8, whatever. Something like that basically, so. Yeah, wool has come out. So red uses the knight. So yeah, again, that idea of like using the knight. Wow, so he's, this is really bizarre. This is really bizarre. Maybe he thinks that we're gonna have a knight, so we're just gonna move it straight away anyway. So we have 7 cards. We'll just roll again. 11. Okay. I mean, I think we just drop a city and we keep the mono for another day. Just since we have it, we may as well use it. So that takes us to 6 points. That would be 7. I'm really surprised that we're not getting kind of smashed by the robber. I'm not sure why red is not targeting us. And wow, we're really getting like a lot of production now. So the 8s are huge for us, of course. Let's see what happens now. Okay, red is now going in this direction. I'm very confused about what red is doing. I would have thought that he'd, you know, he had the road, why not go there? And then he built out here, why not? I don't understand what the thought process is from his perspective, but wow. So that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. We could do a settlement city somewhere, so let's just start with this and settle. I mean, I think we just do this. I mean, it's kind of weird, but we take a dev card. Now, do we build a city? Or do we take more dev cards? I feel like the fact that we can build a city means that we should build a city right now. So let's do that. Yeah, I think the 8 makes the most sense from a production perspective. I mean, we're just going to use the 3-1 port to get us where we need to go. Try to keep our defenses going with knights, and then, you know, if we can get 1 city and 1 victory point, we win. So I think that's the most likely pathway to victory for us. Now, of course, if everybody keeps rolling 7s, we're never going to have any cards. Wow, so he went after blue. What? What? I'm just really confused now. It could be that he capitulated and he just wants the game to be over now. So we have 8 cards. I'll just roll the dice. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I mean, we just go here and hit blue. And, I mean, I think that's the end of our turn. We just keep the knight as a defense mechanism. Yeah, another 7. So it's just constant 7s. So hitting us, of course. It's fine. Expected. Yeah, it's a really good number for us, of course. Keep dropping cards. It's kind of annoying. Robs us. Takes a dev card. So yeah, now we're just gonna go here. Hit red. Roll. Dev card. Keep going. Yeah, we just have to keep our defenses up. It's not really about getting army. I mean, if somehow we end up doing that, that's fantastic, but I'm sort of you know, not that hopeful about that sort of avenue. Yeah, I mean, the 4s are great. Wow. So he didn't play a knight again. It's really interesting. We have so many cards. I mean, I just don't want to roll a 7. That's the one thing. If we roll a 7, that would be slightly annoying. I mean, a 3. If we roll a 3, I think it's game over, to be honest. But okay, now so he plays it then. That's really weird. Yeah, I'm not surprised that he gets the wheat. And we'll just immediately go back and hit red. And let's just think about this for a minute. I mean, 1, 2, 3 for ore. Take a development card. And 1, 2, 3 for ore. Maybe we just hold, or do we take another one immediately? Yeah, let's just take another one. So potentially we can surpass red for army at this stage. I mean, now, wow. Okay, so I mean, we have sort of been hit pretty hard here by the dice gods with all these 4s. Yeah, so this is potentially the game. He wants the clay, so he really wants to settle, but there's obviously no incentive for me to let him do that. I mean, we can build a city, get development cards. Can really do it all here. And taking a city for that 9th point makes a lot of sense, and then we're also in line to take over the army race. So he's at 3, we're at 2. We have the 2 knights. So yeah. It's almost like since there's no danger in anybody passing this, it doesn't really matter if we, yeah, that's pretty insane. how do we do this? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can't do it all, which is funny. All right, let's move the knight over and just hit red. That doesn't necessarily help us, but we'll take another dev card for sure. Yeah, 2 roads is kind of interesting, so that, okay, 1, oop. For or, do that. For or, I mean, if we get a victory point, we win. And let's just do that. And technically, we're giving ourselves multiple ways to win on the next turn. But I think we're gonna have the army one and win with 11 points, which is pretty amazing. The 11-point win, which is kind of nice. Wow. Yeah, I mean, we just, yeah, we really developed much quicker than everyone else. So our production is end game and everybody is now kind of entering middle game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just doesn't matter. That's funny. I mean, nobody has the longest road either, which is funny. Yeah, so that was a nice victory. Yeah, really crushing win there. So got to 11. Yeah, pretty cool.